his herald made an important announcement. He said, "Hear ye, hear ye! When you hear the music, the sound of music, you must fall down and worship this statue. Anyone who does not obey will be thrown into a fiery furnace." The rule was for everyone in Babylon, and so when the people heard the sound of the music, they fell down and worshipped the gold statue. But not everyone bowed down and worshipped the statue. In fact, 3 men from Judah, named Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, refused to do so. And this behavior did not go unnoticed. In fact, several men went to the king and complained. King Nebuchadnezzar decided to find out if this was an actual fact. And so he sent his soldiers to bring the 3 men to him. King Nebuchadnezzar asked them, "Is this true that you do not serve my gods or worship my gold statue? If you do not bow down when you hear the music, I will throw you into a fiery furnace." One of the men answered the king, "King, the God we serve is able to rescue us from the fiery furnace. He can save us from you. But even if God chooses not to rescue us, we will not serve your gods, and we will not bow down and worship your gold statue." Now this made King Nebuchadnezzar furious. He instructed his soldiers to heat the furnace 7 times its normal heat. And because the king had demanded such a hot furnace, as the king's soldiers took the men to the furnace and threw them in, the roaring flames killed the soldiers as they threw the men inside. Suddenly, the king jumped up and shouted, "Look! I see 4 men walking around in the fire unharmed. And the 4th one, he looks like a god." Nebuchadnezzar called out, "Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come here." So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire. They had not been hurt in the fire at all. Not a hair on their head was singed, and their clothes were not scorched. In fact, they didn't even smell like smoke. Nebuchadnezzar praised God. The God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego sent an angel and rescued his servants, he said. King Nebuchadnezzar made a new law for all the people. Anyone who says anything against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego's God will be punished. No other God can save people like this. Now, that is a quick example of the story we wanted to share with you about an extreme obedience. And there's other places in the Bible where there's extreme obedience that people obeyed and they chose to obey God, even during those situations that could have harmed them. And it's not likely that you will ever face an extreme situation where you have to be worried about fear of harm and death, like these 3 men. But we will be faced with examples where we have to decide in small things or in bigger things, are we going to obey? He rewarded those 3 men by sending an angel into the fiery furnace to help them to survive. And then in the end, even King Nebuchadnezzar saw that our God is the God to be worshiping and not a gold statue. So, Only God can rescue us as he rescued them.